All right. Future Champs podcast. We are back. Guest for today is, well, introduce yourself.
Carrie, Carson's mom.
Awesome. So, I don't know who all know. I mean, I'm sure nobody knows what my mom does. Well, some of you do.
I was gonna say I cut a lot of their hair.
Yeah. Some people that like live around Buchanan, Niles area, maybe even Brandywine, Dowagiac. Everybody knows her when it comes to hair cutting, cosmetology. That's your profession. I mean, how many kids would you say that you've cut from my branch of friends or Carter's branch of friends?
Oh, your guys' friends, probably all of them at some point. I mean, not like they're returning customers always, but like you guys are here hanging out like, hey, he wants his head shaved or he wants a mohawk or something like that throughout the years. So yeah, probably most of them.
Now, to get down to business, to talk about cosmetology, let's start with you being in college, being a college student. At first, did you know that you wanted to be a cosmetologist?
No, not at all. Probably like most of you, your age, seniors, whatever. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, do you guys still do like the news at school? You know, like a broadcast, like where you guys watch. Like, are there actual like anchors? Like, are there news anchors that like talk?
I mean, it's called the bug broadcast. We kind of just walk. Like, it's random kids that get picked. There's no like designated ones. They walk around the school, talk about what's going on, talk about sports news, talk about the news going on around the school, talk about who earned Buck Pride, which is like, Buck Pride is like a teacher says something good about you.
Yeah. So anyway, when I was in high school, there was like I don't remember what it was called, but if it was Buck Broadcast or what, but there was like actual like news anchors like you see on TV, and I was one of the news anchors, and I was pretty good at it. So then I was like, after high school, I was like, well, maybe I'll go to college to do that. So I went to Western and thought I would do broadcast journalism, not really even knowing what that was. I remember going to talk to the counselor there, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I was a fresh 18-year-old, like young for my grade. And so I went there, made it through a semester at Western, had probably a little too much fun I got good grades, but I was definitely into the social life of college. So I remember I called the office at Western, whatever, and I was like, how long do I have to drop out of college and get my parents, because it wasn't my money, get my parents' money back? And they're like, you have till tomorrow. So I had 24 hours to come up with a good speech for my parents on why I wanted to drop out of college. It probably was not the greatest speech. I think it involved going on Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. I always wanted to be on Wheel of Fortune. But anyway, they said okay, and they came and got me, and I came home and I worked. Papa, my dad, your grandpapa, got me a job at the Berrien County Record. That's no longer now, but it was a big newspaper in town, for those that don't know. Learned a lot there. I was an office manager, but learned all kinds of things there. I worked there. And then I started cosmetology school after that.
That's awesome. I mean, why cosmetology school?
I will say, I remember going to get haircuts as a kid, and I remember just watching the stylist and like being intrigued of like, how does she know how to do this? How does she know like where to cut? How does she know? So honestly though, if I'm being 100% honest on why cosmetology, it was because it only takes 10 months. I knew it was short. I knew I could do it. I knew I could finish it. But that being said, in learning it and learning that trade, I know you had Kirk on here about CTE and trades. It's considered a trade. In learning that, it was like something I knew I could always fall back on. Even if I went back into the work world, which I ended up doing at one point, or more than one point. But yeah, and I ended up liking it. But yeah, that's why cosmetology, it seemed quick and easy, which it was not, by the way. Like, if you don't know cosmetology, it's hard. Like you have to learn like anatomy, chemistry. I mean, I remember like people kind of making fun of it at one point. A friend of mine was at one point, and I brought a textbook home, and I was like, "Here's the cosmetology textbook. Like, take a look." And they're like, "Holy shit, crap!" Sorry. And,
nice catch.
They were like, "Wow!" Like I had no idea. Ever. And so like in cosmetology school, you have to go through the book, like each chapter, and then you have a test, and then you have but on top of that there are practical exams, there's written exams through each session. So, and then at the end, so like the school you go to, I went to Vogue Cosmetology. I'm sure none of those instructors are there anymore. They were kind of older then. Oh, Miss Bonnie. But anyway, at the end, they make you do like a pre-state exam before you leave to take the actual state exam, which Vogue is in Indiana, so I was getting an Indiana license at the time. But if you don't pass there with like a B, they don't let you go on to try to even pass the actual state boards. So they prepare you.
Yeah. It's awesome. Now, when you say like that it was only 10 months and it was short, were you just one of those kids that was like eager to get out into the real world? Like you were like just interested in seeing what was in the great beyond?
Yeah, I would say like I was eager to just make money. I mean, I knew I wasn't college bound. I knew I wasn't like gonna make it for 4 years of like getting through that. Like, so I was like, I can get a degree, I can get a trade, something I can make money. So yeah, I was eager to get done. Now I will say it didn't end up being 10, it ended up being more like a year and a half. Just like any other college, your attendance, like they don't really care if you show up or you don't show up. So you can get it done in 10 months if you show up. You're basically there 40 hours a week, like a job. If you do that, you can get it done in 10 months. If you don't do that, it can take a little longer. So I obviously skipped a few times and skipped classes a few times, and
sure a lot of kids nowadays can relate to that.
Yeah. So I wish I hadn't. I could have gotten it, over with a lot quicker. But anyway, still did it. To me, it was a big achievement. So to go take those state boards and pass with flying colors, by the way.
For those of you that don't know, too, cosmetology. I mean, I feel like when people hear that word, they're like, the stars or the sky, like the cosmos. Like what? Like are you an astronaut? No, cosmetology is. I mean, you say it's. I don't know. Is it hair cutting?
Well,
hair dressing?
A lot of people don't understand cosmetology. There's estheticians, there's nail techs, there's cosmetologists. When you are a cosmetologist, you have to go learn everything. You have to learn hair cuts, hair color, nails. You have to learn massage. You have to learn all of it. You have to be kind of covered in all of it. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. That being said, though, I think I learned way more after cosmetology school from people that I worked with. I worked for Sue Heller, Sue's Curl Connection. All you guys might remember Sue's Curl Connection downtown. She gave me my start, and then I went and worked in Niles with Ray Cowan. Wonderful man. And he taught me a ton. He started out in like LA, or I can't remember, some like crazy. He did like Helen Hunt's hair. I don't know if you guys know. You guys probably don't know who Helen Hunt is, but she was on the original Twister movie. But anyway, like he taught me crazy stuff, like, so yeah.
Still haven't seen the Twister movie.
The first one?
Nope.
Oh my god, it's way better than the second one. Way better. I watched the second one. That one was lame.
I think the second one is so good.
It's so bad. Everything about it is bad.
I think it's very good. Yeah. Glenn Powell's a great actor.
Oh, okay.
Very good. I don't have a man crush, I swear. But I mean, yeah, cosmetology. You said working in Indiana, and for those of you that don't know, when we have to go to the doctors for a checkup, we're usually going in that area, right? Like
yeah, just down the road. I haven't been into Vogue in a long time. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Turn that ringer off.
I mean, just like looking around that area, I mean, part of it, it's like, wow, this is really nice. You see bridges, you see.
It's honestly so different now than it was then.
That's what I was gonna say. I remember like
there was like clubs down the road. Like it was kind of hopping when I went there. Like there was a lot of cool places. I do have a funny story about. I mean, it's not that funny, but my friend and I, Cammie, we would go to lunch down at this diner down the road. It was like this like old timey diner, and I remember the first time we went in there, we sat like, it's like a breakfast diner. We sat at the bar, and everybody in their heads turned like looking at us like, who the hell are these girls? And we order our food, and the lady like was throwing stuff at us, like throwing our, didn't ask what we want, just came and stood there with like looked at us like with her pen and paper, and we're like, what is going on? Like, and so we order our food. It's just rude, and we were just laughing. We're like, this is funny. We're 18. She was a little older than me. She was 21. We leave. We're like, let's go back there the next day. We do this for 2 weeks. We go in there and have things thrown at us, and we're treated like crap. And like, then one day we went in there, and our drinks were waiting on the bar. I got chocolate milk every time. She chocolate milk and whatever Cammie got, and was nice as can be. So it was like this initiation I think you had to go through at this diner down the road from beauty school. But that was one of my fun memories.
You guys made quite the reputation there, it looks like.
It was fun. Times.
Went from drinks thrown at you to drinks laid out for you.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's like their way of initiating us. They're like, oh, they made it. They kept coming back.
Now, you don't have to share this if you don't want to, how your experience was. You were a single mom with, for those of you that don't know, my brother Carter, he's like 24 now. Very successful, very proud of him. Like, he's grown a lot. I mean, how was it being a single mom, taking care of him while working through the course of your career?
Well, I actually got pregnant with Carter during beauty school, which also was why it took me a little bit longer to finish. Obviously unplanned, but one of my greatest blessings. I wasn't technically going down the best path at that time, and kind of grounded me and gave me purpose, and like, all right, now I've got to make a life for myself here. Like, I've got to do this. And so I grinded, and I finished the rest of beauty school fast. And her papa and grandma took me down to Indy for my state boards, and Carter came with. I don't know, he was a baby, like maybe 4 months old. I remember we stayed in a hotel, and so when you go to do your state boards, you have to take a model with you. A model being somebody you do your practical stuff on. So you have to like roller sets and wrap a perm and do a haircut, and they come around and they watch you, like stare at you while you do this and like grade you on it. And so grandma was my model. So Papa and Carter hung out at the hotel while I did my exam. And but after beauty school, being a single mom, Sue was great. Like, I mean, I would have Carter down there in one of those saucers while I worked, because I mean, you had to work hard to make this a career. Like, you have to work nights, you got to work weekends, and like, obviously I still wanted to be a present mom. I was young, I was being judged. I mean, everybody's like, oh Lord, wish she did it now, like, and I'm like, I'm gonna prove these people wrong, and I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna succeed. And I couldn't have done it without my parents. I mean, it takes a village, like, it's true. And I had the best village without Aunt Mamie and Grandma and Papa, like, helping with Carter, Judy Poznansky at daycare, all that stuff. But Sandy Tobler started out watching him at daycare. But so without all those people, like, to help me, like, raise him into the man he is, I can't take full credit for it, for sure, because everybody helped. But I can remember him being down there with me, like, in a saucer while I cut hair, like, because he was
crazy.
Luckily, a very, very chill baby.
Yeah.
But no, and it's unfortunately at one point, I actually had to step back from doing hair because I needed health insurance for him, because his other form of health insurance was no longer. So I got a job um, at Express One, and it's a expediting company in the accounting office. I got a job there, and then I did hair out of my house at night to try to keep the clientele I had built up. Um, so at night, I'd work 40 hours a week at Express One, and then at night I would go home and I would do hair out of. I'd turn my third bedroom into a salon. Well, Papa turned it into a salon. Um, and Carter became a very independent little child because of me working a lot. I remember him being like 3 years old, so like Matthew's age. And I'd be doing somebody's hair and their chair was turned like it faced out the kitchen. And they're like, he's getting into something. And I'm like, he's just making himself a sandwich. Like, it's fine. Like, he's just hungry. But he has learned, like, I've always made the joke, Carter hasn't needed me since he was 3. And that, while that wasn't entirely true, he was just very independent, and I was very lucky for that. And he, a lot of it probably me just not knowing any better, I should probably do it this way or that way, but it turned him into a pretty good man. So
yeah.
Why are you yawning? Am I boring?
No, I just went to the gym and I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. He's a very independent person. I mean, he's done so much for himself, done so much for everyone else. I mean,
yep.
There's no room to not be proud of him.
No, agreed. He's worked very hard.
Yeah. Now, when you worked in the Indiana area, were you ever near Notre Dame?
I never worked in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
No, so I got my license.
School.
I got my school's Indiana, and I got my license in Indiana. But Indiana and Michigan have reciprocal licenses, so you just have to then file for a Michigan license.
Oh, okay.
And then I worked in Buchanan, and then I've never worked any further than Niles. So, and then I eventually owned my own salon in Niles, up until I think it's coming on 8 years now. There's a fire there, and then I switched to where I'm now, to Hair Expressions, which I work for Shanna there. And oddly enough, Shanna worked at one of my first salons with Ray. She worked with me there. She was 19 years old, getting ready to get married. Then she worked at my salon that had the fire, and then now I work for her, which I'm getting ready to open a salon in Buchanan. But I am sad to leave her because we've had this whole big story together, and Teresa too. Working with Teresa all these years. I'm going on 18 years of working with Teresa, or 19 years. However old Bailey is. I'm going on that many years of working with Teresa. So
it's crazy. It's It's like you've built this family with
I was just
everyone.
gonna say, it's a whole other family, and I have no doubt we'll stay that way regardless of where I work. So
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yep.
I mean, cosmetology. Who would have thought it's such a deep. I don't know.
It really is. Sometimes I think people think of it as a shallow job, because it's how people, your hair. It's just your hair. But it's you see people through so many heartaches, having babies, losing babies, having, getting married, getting divorced, losing their parents, all these things. You see these people through all their hard times, all their, trials and tribulations and happy times, and you just live it with them. And it's funny, I have clients that have never met my kids. But they feel like they know them. They feel like they know you. People are checking up on you with your injury, and how's Carter, and how, they've known Carter since he was, running around in my house, and I did their hair there. So yeah, it is a very family. It's a pretty deep profession, really. You get very close with people.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna keep going, but yeah, it's awesome. It's crazy. Now, you mentioned your old business, your old salon getting burnt down. Mm-hmm. How did you recover from that? What was it? What was your initial reaction to it happening?
when that salon fire happened, I was angry. And then I decided I was going to rebuild it and I was going to make it my own and more, the style I wanted. And then I decided this is not a good time to do this. Yeah. So I was like, it's better. I started working. Shanna reached out right away and was like, hey, if you need a place to go while you rebuild, come here. And I did. And then eventually I decided it was best for me to not reopen, and I sold it. And that was it.
So you wouldn't say you liked being a business owner?
I did like it in some ways. No offense to Niles people, but I don't love Niles. But,
yeah.
So I've always my goal's always been to get back to Buchanan. Like I just, it's closer to you guys going to school. It's closer to everything. So
I don't know if anybody has ever heard this story about Niles.
Oh or God, like which one is it?
It was circling around the internet for a very, very long time. Nobody knew where this was taking place at. Nobody knew the location.
I don't know where this is going.
It ended up being in Niles, Michigan. It was.
Is this a true story?
Somebody was walking around naked in Niles in front of gas stations and literally taking deuces.
Oh my gosh!
Outside, right in front of the businesses. I swear it happened. You can look it up. I remember though. At first, I was like,
Are you telling? Because I told you that.
Did you?
It happened at our place.
Really?
It was in a guy's front yard, but yeah.
Oh.
It was not good.
I remember seeing it on social media.
It was in daylight.
People were like, "Where in the world could this be happening?" And it was good old Niles, Michigan.
Niles isn't all bad. It's not. I don't mean to bash Niles at it by any means, but
it is. There's a lot of good things that
there
happen.
There are a lot of good things that happen in Niles, but I don't know. I want to be back in Buchanan. That's where my home is.
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. How has it been? How are your feelings with opening a salon back up in your old town?
I am so excited. I have this I feel like Papa's gonna be down there all the time. It's gonna be people come hang out and chat, and it's gonna just be this social thing while I do hair, and it's called Hometown Salon, by the way, on Redbud Trail. Uncle Howe has done an awesome job making the vision come to life and luckily he and I had the same vision essentially, the style we wanted it to be, and it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. I'm very excited.
I don't blame you for being excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's bittersweet because I'm going to miss the girls I work with. I love the girls I work with. Typically when you're leaving a job, it's because you're unhappy and you're ready to move on to something else. That's definitely not the case here. So it's just location. If I could bring them all with me, I would love to, but obviously they're established in Niles, so
it's like leaving a place and taking your staff with you.
Yeah, you can't do that. No, can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know. It'll be it's gonna, for those of you out there though, that kids your age, I started out this path of college, and then college wasn't for me. Cosmetology, that, ended up being for me. Then I had to go into the accounting world to get a job with insurance, and then do hair out of my house. I think I had even stopped no, I didn't. Then I went back to just doing hair again. I've almost always had two jobs. But, then when I went to the salon I opened up, it's a hard business, but it's also, if you work hard, you have being self-employed, I've been able to go to all your sporting events. I can go to field trips. I can go to, there's a lot of perks to it as well. So it took me a while to settle into it though, I would say. So for kids your age, I'd say don't feel like at 18 you gotta know what you're gonna do. I changed my jobs when I was in my 20s, 30s, so
it's awesome.
With always keeping the base of cosmetology. So
I mean, yeah, you're totally right. I feel like kids in high school, they're this is what I want to do. This is what I'm set on. this
Well,
round
a
to
lot
go.
of it is like I said, like I started out with this broadcast journalism thing just because somebody was like, you were really good at that. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Like, kids your age are so easily persuaded into like, this is what you should be doing. Like, kind of like you, like you're like a math guy, you're good at math. So people are like, you should be an engineer. Like, you don't really know what an engineer does on a day to day. Like, but you're like, okay, well, that's what people said I'd be good at, you know. So explore your options. I'd say, don't rule out trades. Don't rule out college. You know, some are for, you know, there's something out there for everybody. Even, you know, some people just want to go to work and you work your way up somewhere. You know, look at Papa. He never went to college. Look how successful he was.
Yeah,
Also self-employed.
absolutely.
Yep.
It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the recording thing. I'm gonna have to fix that later on. My apologies to everybody wanting to watch it on YouTube. So we're gonna stick with the TikTok live, and I mean, yeah, cosmetology. It's so much goes on with it. So much goes into it. I mean, would you say it's one of those things that you're like, this takes blood, sweat, and tears and emotions to get through, or would you say it was like?
No, it's a hard road, I would say, because you have to really work your butt off to build a clientele, and you can't make a career out of it until you build a clientele. You know, you got to work the crappy hours.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I saw this meme the other day, and it said, I went to cosmetology school so I could make my own hours because I didn't want to work a 9 to 5, and now look at me working a 9 to 9. So it's like you do sometimes, like you work those late nights, holidays. I love the holidays and doing hair though. People are so excited and like
Yeah.
they tip good. But yeah,
It's a lot to look forward to. I mean,
yeah.
would you say it's definitely like more? Would you say it's definitely like one of those jobs that's like more influenced during certain seasons, or would you say it's like?
Once you get established, you really don't have a slow time.
Yeah.
But obviously, before Christmas, it's slammed. You know, before spring break, it's slammed. So there are busier times, but like once you have a good clientele, like you're always kind of constant. So, yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, it's good that. Well, actually, I'm gonna back away from that. Now that you're moving from Niles to Buchanan, do you think you'll lose clients from that?
Yeah, I think I'll lose a couple. Like there are a couple that like Shanna will do the mom's hair and I do the 2 kids' hair, you know, so obviously she'll stay at that salon. I think most of them, I mean, at least so far they've told me that they have no problem driving to Buchanan. For some it's closer, for some it's a little bit further, but everybody's willing to go, so.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's good that people want to stick with it.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, before I broke my ankle, I was working on your old salon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, like, just crazy, like, doing that and, like, seeing
The transition of it.
the transition,
Yeah,
seeing
because
the vision.
I did not see it. Like, every time I went in there, I was like, oh my god, like this is like, is this gonna look good? Like, is this gonna be big enough? And like now that it's almost done, like we're gonna go in there and clean tomorrow, and it's like this looks like a salon now. This is gonna look so good. Like this is exciting.
It's awesome.
So, yeah.
I mean, I remember for like 3 weekends straight, I was doing the same thing. I was grabbing all these planks. I was painting, staining again, just repeat. And I probably did like, I don't know how many of these.
I know, it feels like you're doing a lot of work with not a lot of change.
It was, I think I was like doing roughly 40 planks. And then later on, when I was done with that, I saw him putting them up on the wall, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I'm like building the wall." I was like doing the wall.
And I got a lot more to go.
Yeah, I was like, "Wow, like this is what I'm doing. This is the job that he gave me. Like it's crazy."
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's weird. Like it's gonna be cool being able to go in there and look
And
at
see
it.
the work you did. And,
Yeah, that's
I know, that
definitely
is
gonna be the
rewarding.
coolest part.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be the coolest part.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like what you were saying earlier about like people coming in there, it like reminds me of like those like TV shows of like people walking into like the business and like the crowd starts like applauding when somebody walks in or something like that.
No, I just wanted to have this like small town feel. Like I want it to be
Yeah.
comfortable and like, you know, people just want to pop in and say hi if they're walking through the stores or. And
Yeah.
then Carter's girlfriend's gonna come work there, Michaela. She's gonna offer for all you young girls out there. She's gonna be the only spray tanner in town. She's gonna do spray tanning, and I think it's the only one in town. I don't think I know of anybody else. She's gonna do permanent jewelry, lash and brows, teeth whitening.
Ooh.
She's gonna offer a lot of cool stuff
Ooh.
too. So that's gonna be exciting for her.
When it comes
Michaela.
time for Michaela.
Bakayla. That's what
Bakayla.
the little boys call her, Bakayla.
Michaela.
So,
I mean,
she's a very talented girl. So
Yeah.
it'll be exciting to offer all those different things.
when it comes time for Miss Buchanan, girls.
Wow. Yeah. I gotta go there to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Hometown Salon is
Yeah.
gonna be the new face of
Proms
Miss
will be
Buchanan.
fun. Yeah.
Are you gonna be open by prom?
Oh, it's a good question. I would hope. You gotta get inspections done, and so you're kind of waiting on other people. So I should know more in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you think it's gonna be like a slow start at first, or you think you're just gonna be able to just
I don't
jump
think
right
so.
out of
I
it?
think no. I think the biggest thing I'm worried about, honestly, is like I've always worked with other girls. So if like I forgot something or if I don't have a color I need, like I'm like, hey, can I borrow this? Well, it's just gonna be me to start out. So I'm gonna make sure I gotta make sure I have everything stocked up.
Yeah.
And eventually, obviously, I'm kind of putting feelers out there to get some other girls in there working too. So I like to get some other girls working with me that do hair. Michaela will be the only esthetician.
Yeah.
So.
What?
Esthetician.
Esthetician.
Esthetician is they do all that stuff that I just said.
Okay.
Yeah, and more actually, but yeah.
So much. So
Mhm.
many traits going on in one
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do well.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome. Hopefully you'll get like travelers or tourists or something.
I gotta figure like, weekends you'll get. I don't work many weekends, but the Chicago people that come into town in the summer
Yeah.
and all of that. So, and they'll find that it's a little more or a little less expensive with me than in Chicago.
Are you gonna work Redbud Motocross anymore, or
Oh yeah, I'll still do that.
so
That's
fun?
a fun time.
It is.
Yeah.
I probably have. That's like definitely my favorite part of the year. Like
Redbud.
school's nowhere near close to starting, but it's football and 7-on-7s. At the same time, I get to make a lot of money in one weekend
Yeah.
while meeting some crazy but good people.
It is a fun crowd. I mean, they're all pretty happy-go-lucky. So.
Yeah.
But no, I'll keep doing that too.
I remember that one time I went to your stand after. Somebody was literally hitting on her right in front of me. He didn't know who
I was gonna say you say that like you knew who you were.
He didn't know who I was.
And you were actually sitting down below. But
I was.
you get a lot of that.
He didn't know who I was. I looked up and I was like, "What?" They called me so off guard. I wanted to punch that
So
dude
we
in the
decided
face.
Carson can never serve beer with me because he wouldn't be able to handle it.
I wouldn't. I would not at all.
Then you have Kirk who's like oblivious. He's like, "What did that guy say?"
Yeah.
What?
Seriously. I mean, I remember going in there after hours, and Kirk was sitting in the tub that the beer was
Oh
just
god,
in.
that year it was so hot. Like, yeah, they all like we empty the beer out of it, and it's like, it's like a cold plunge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, it gets really hot there. I mean, I remember like it was like 2 years ago. I came in. It was like 55 degrees in the morning,
Oh yeah.
and
I
then
remember I had like almost like a winter coat on.
later on that day, it hit like 80.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's a crazy transition.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So lots that happens, and
Yeah, but it is, being self-employed, you pick up a few side jobs like that sometimes just to make a little extra money if time, to make up for those slow times that you have during your career. So,
yeah.
and you have the
sometimes-
flexibility to do it. You make your own schedules. You could, I always, like you say, I work out at Redbud on National Weekend. I always take that. I learned after the first couple of years of doing that to take the following Monday off of doing hair because I'm so exhausted.
Yeah.
But it's being self-employed. You have flexibility, so
It's a crazy weekend.
It's nice.
It's a super crazy weekend.
Yep, it's nice to
I mean,
do that.
some people that are watching this probably don't know, like, motocross, think like motorcycles, but, like, when you think of big sports, you think of, like, football, baseball, basketball, the types of crowds that attracts. I would say near that same amount of people come to Redbud Motocross. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but when it comes nationals, like, there's nowhere to walk. Like,
it's like their Christmas. I mean, they love it there. So.
Yeah.
And so I take off work to go work out there. It's
recommend it to
definitely
anybody.
harder than my regular job, but
yeah. I mean, I recommend it to anybody young.
You gotta go at least once.
Yeah,
check it out.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep.
Do they do 4-wheelers there, or is it just? Yeah,
I serve beer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I like to watch the jumps. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome though. Jeez, I gotta quit saying that.
I know you do say that a lot.
I say it so much in every podcast because I run out of.
Catch yourself. You're trying to fill the silence. I feel.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I run out of things to say.
By the way, I feel like you should tell the viewers, listeners, whatever. He did not give me any questions to like look over. Like everybody else got like a list of questions, and I'm like, so he's like, I'm just gonna surprise you, and I'm like, did you make up any questions? He's like, no. I'm like, oh jeez, this should be good. So yeah, we're winging it.
I think it's best to shoot from the heart.
Heart or hit?
The hit.
I guess shoot from the head.
Shoot from the head. Well, I think it's best to speak from the heart.
Oh, speak from the heart. Shoot from the head.
I think it's best to speak from the heart. I mean, like, you write down questions. I remember, like, I've seen, like, old podcasts, and, like, people will have questions written down in their hands. And the people that know, like, the guests that know these questions, they look down at their answers, and they just speak like a robot. They're like, nah,
you know who you gotta learn some podcasting stuff from is old Bobby Ruff. Truth and Justice.
I've seen his podcast all over Instagram.
He said he would come on for an interview. I know he goes by Bob Ruff now or whatever, but he's Bobby Ruff.
Bobby.
I'll always call him Bobby Ruff.
Bobby.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah. It's awesome.
You did it again.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. Okay, on to the next thing.
Yeah, I gotta switch now. Switch. There's lots of things to cover when it comes to podcasting, though. I mean, it's like cosmetology, CTE, religion, friendship.
I told him in the fall he should do post-game, like on Sundays, do like post-game football game, obviously. Like recaps, whether it be with somebody on his team or like if you had just played Brandywine, you get like one of those players, and you guys can just like get on here and talk about the game and what happened and see if you have the same perspective of what happened or just kind of banter.
Let me show you my first down, Sally. Hold on.
Oh Jesus!
So look.
This has nothing to do with self-employment, by the way.
Catch the ball, spin it. It's like the bow and arrow.
And then I told him I would pull him off the field if he does that shit. So, there's that.
And then you score a touchdown.
Act like you've been there.
My favorite... We have been there.
Okay.
We've been there so much at this point.
Okay, go on.
My favorite Notre Dame player, Jeremiah Love, though, hurdles people. He jukes them out and stuff. Like, this is what he does since his last name is Love. He does this to the crowd. That'd be awesome. Because, I love Buchanan.
You can't really make a buck with your hands, so.
My name's not...
you're going to love...
my name's not Carson Love, but, like... That would be awesome.
I don't think he gets this off topic with everybody, just me.
I don't know. That would be awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Ah, dang it.
I thought you did it on purpose that time.
That would be great. That would be great. But, yeah. Aside from being self-employed, how is it taking care of what feels like 20 boys?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of boys in this house. A lot of testosterone in this house. It's great though. Everybody's different. Like everybody's got different personalities. You got Carter, who's just kind of like another parent who I don't say that because he's 24. Like he's literally been like that since Carson was born. Why are you making that face? Stop drinking if it tastes bad. And then you got Carson, who Carter's like, you know, taken under his wing, and his, you know, cute little face. And then Jack and Matthew, and Jack's kind of just like in limbo here. You know, he's the big brother to Matthew, but Matthew kind of beats him up a lot, and it's chaos here. It's good chaos, but it's chaos here. But yeah, I come home after I've worked late on Monday nights, and it's like all boys trying to keep this house afloat, and it's interesting.
Whenever I babysit, there's like piles upon piles upon piles of things all over the floor. Sometimes even on like the ceiling, there's stuff like, how did I get up there?
In the like fixtures, there's like Spider-Man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's all over the floor and the walls.
Stop. Don't even go there.
That's a story for another time.
Yeah, or not.
Or not. Yeah. It's a stomach flu story. Just if that gives any contact clues at all.
Okay. Anyway, but no, it's great. I mean, again, being self-employed, I'm able to like be, you know, very present with my kids, which is always something I wanted to do. I didn't want to have, you know, I know they got to go to daycare when I work, but like outside of that, you know, I can be at all your sporting events. I hear clients that are like, yeah, I had to miss my kid's game. I worked till 5. Like, I never have had that problem. So
it's a great part of cosmetology. I mean, yeah, she has.
Yeah, any self-employment really.
Yeah, I mean, she has been at literally every single sporting event as far as I know. I mean, it's
I had COVID
crazy.
I think I missed one. I had COVID once and missed one, but
yeah.
Yeah.
COVID-19. It's crazy.
But yeah, it was.
I don't know if anybody around or anybody that's watching or is going to be watching lives in the north area of the United States. It's like bad here right now though. Like it's negative 20 outside. There's like 20 inches in total of snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's crazy.
But we don't deal with hurricanes, so we have that.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
That's what I tell myself anyway.
Yeah. It's great.
It's really good. Not awesome. Really good.
Yeah. That's really all that I have for you today, though.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
I feel like I was like a filler episode, maybe. Like you just didn't have anybody else, but
No,
it's fine.
no. You were planned. I looked through my people and.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody wanting to watch the next podcast, I'm thinking about podcasting an old friend of mine. I think that'll be really fun. And yeah, we'll see you guys all then.
All right.
Thank you so much for everything.